All right, so hi everybody, my name is Pavel. I'm an investment advisor with RBC Dominion Securities. So Dominion Securities, that's the wealth management branch of RBC. So it's not to be confused with the branch that you see on the streets with RBC where you go to do your day-to-day banking, to open your checking accounts, your savings accounts, where you apply for mortgages. This is the wealth management brokerage, so really dealing with investments and financial planning specifically. So today, we're just going to talk briefly about the wealth management solutions that we offer for our business owner clients. And the reason I think today is really important is that over 50% of our ultra high net worth clients, population in Canada, are business owners, and it's estimated about 75% of business owners are actually going to be transitioning their business over the course of the next 10 years. So that's also estimated to be about $900 billion. So a lot of wealth is going to be moving, and it's really important to plan that. And as soon as you start planning, the better. So I'm just going to walk you guys through that quickly. So we'll talk a little bit more about what RBC Dominion Securities is, and then I'll touch upon the dedicated services that we do to help our business owners. So Dominion Securities was established in 1901. In the late 90s, RBC took full ownership of Dominion Securities, and that is why you hear now as RBC Dominion Securities. So it's a wealth management brokerage backed by Canada's largest bank. We have over 160 branches in the country. We have 18% of the advisors within the country, so we are far and away the biggest wealth management firm in the country. Over 2,000 advisors, almost 3,000 support staff. That includes our in-house team of lawyers and accountants that we rely upon to provide wealth planning solutions. We service over 500,000 clients in Canada, and we are about $600 billion in assets under management in Canada. And we consistently place first place in rankings in many publications. So the people we help, we get this question a lot. We typically work with clients who want a professional to manage their money for them. Typically it's within the range of $500,000. It goes all the way up to $100 million. It's for families and individuals looking for professional help in planning their financial goals. So that can start with saving for your retirement and planning for it. It can also be for those that are right at the point of retiring or inside of their retirement and want to improve their retirement income. And towards the end of their life stage where they're planning to transfer their wealth to their next of kin, or maybe they want to do some charitable giving to leave a legacy behind. We also help self-incorporated professionals, so your doctors, your lawyers. I believe realtors are allowed to be incorporated now, so those are clients as well. That require assistance in managing personal and business assets. So I didn't mention that, but we also hold corporate accounts, so that's a misconception. Sometimes people think we can't manage investments on the corporate side. We can totally do that. And lastly, we manage estates, foundations, and charitable organizations that also require the professional money management. So we have many charities in Toronto that are actually clients of RBC Dominion Securities. So when people think of a wealth management brokerage, they really think of Wolf of Wall Street, boiler room. They think, you're on the phone calling people from a phone book saying, buy this stock, sell this stock, buy this stock, sell this stock. But in reality, over the last 10 years, we've really evolved and taken a family office approach. So a typical family office, if you guys aren't aware, it's a family and it's surrounded by lawyers, accountants, and investment management, and it's really giving that tailored solution to that family. So that's kind of where Dominion Securities is in the direction now. So I've provided a handout for you guys. If you have questions after that you want to discuss any facet of the wheel, more than happy to do it. But it's built on the 3 pillars, so portfolio management, wealth planning, and partnering. So the best way to describe why would I work with RBC Dominion Securities, why would I work with a wealth management firm? And that's because working with specialists and not generalists is going to yield you the best results. So when you think of a decathlon, it's a very talented athlete. They're doing 10 events, and they're very good at their events. But when you compare them to the Olympic champion of that particular event, so in the case of a 100-meter dash, the specialist of the 100-meter dash, Usain Bolt, significantly outperforms the specialist. So when you're coming to wealth management firms, you're going to work with a team of specialists. So I handle the investments, for example. We have a financial planning specialist. We have an estate planning specialist. And you're going to get better results. It's typically how it works. So this is where, I focus on investing, but this is the services beyond investing that I think add the most value to our business owner clients. So it really all starts with our financial planning and will and estate planning. I'm going to touch a little bit more about that in about 2-3 minutes. We have our private banking division. So this is really crucial. The reason for that is that they're able to do complex lending structures to our business owners. So business owners typically report a lower income, but they want to get a mortgage for a cottage, or they want to upgrade their property. We're able to base those mortgages off their balance sheets of the corporation. So typically you're not going to be able to do that at a bank. Our private banking division is able to do that, in addition to other private banking features such as having your own personal banker who you can call when you're on vacation. You can text them to get wires, foreign exchange, preferred lending rates. We have a protection and insurance team, so that's critical for all business owners, whether it's critical disability, whether it's key person insurance, or whether it's life insurance protecting you for the unmitigated disasters. We have our wealth and transfer department, so when you're finally planning to sell the business, or if you're thinking of getting an executor for your corporate assets, we can introduce you to our partners at Royal Trust, and they're going to take care of that for you. And finally, our commercial banking team. So those are the bankers that are going to do the lending and the day-to-day banking for our corporate clients. So I manage the investments, the commercial banker will manage the day-to-days, the loans, whatever it is that the client needs, and it's all a team effort. And one other thing I wanted to point out is our clients who work with commercial banking, we do have partnerships with these several organizations that give benefits to the clients. So I can pass that information on later. So for example, Nextdoor, Moneris, I'm sure a lot of people use that for their payments, grant managed. So really nice features for our business owners as they move up to that commercial banking platform. So the meat of the presentation is business owner planning. You're a business owner, now you've come to the wealth management side. Why am I coming to the wealth management side? It's wealth planning advice that's tailored specifically to our business owner clients, and it looks at you, your family, and your business. And there's various planning topics that are going to be covered. So maybe the transition of your business, how are you going to sell it? We're going to talk about your taxes and estate planning, retirement planning, and multiple other topics that we can talk about later on. So like I mentioned, about 75% of business owners are going to be transitioning their businesses over the next 10 years. But the scary part is that only 9% in a recent survey show that they have a formal plan in place. So we tell our business owner clients that it's important to start planning the transition of their business around 10 years before what they plan. That gives you the best chance of success to get the best price for your business, or to have the smoothest transition. So there's countless times where we have business owners who said, yeah, my son's gonna take over the business in 2 years. Well, Mr. Klein, have you had that conversation with your son? Oh no, we didn't, but I know he's gonna do it. And guess what happens? 9 out of 10 times the son or daughter does not want to take over the business. 40% have an informal plan. So yeah, Mr. Klein, have you thought of transitioning your business? Oh, absolutely. Oh, do you have something written down? No, it's all in here, or it's scribbled on a napkin. That's not a plan. It's something that needs to be sat down and properly done. And over half of business owners don't have a plan at all. So again, the big takeaway here is start planning as soon as you can. And our promise to our clients is that when you're working with us, you want to transition to business, every business owner client will have business owner planning done for them. So what's the process? It's pretty simple. It's 3 steps essentially. We're going to do an in-depth consultation with our business owner. It's going to be led by the trained professionals that I mentioned earlier. So our estate planning specialists, our accountants, our lawyers, our financial planning specialists. And we're going to get wealth planning ideas that are designed specifically to that business and that business owner. You're going to receive a personalized report. So it's going to be about a 40 to 80 page report that you're going to take home with you. You can share it with your own accountant and your own lawyer to say, here's what I have, what are we going to start doing? And after that, we're going to implement some strategies. We're going to put some pen to paper, and we're going to show you what we think is the best solution for you to transition your business and how to get the most out of your business. So going back to that square that I had, I just want to touch upon the specialists that we would introduce you to. So our financial planning specialists, these are CFPs who are designed specifically to do your financial plan for you. So some people, when they hear financial plan, they think it's a budget. It's not. It's so much more. It's really taking in where you currently are, where you plan to go, and how you're going to get there. And that takes into account every aspect of your financial situation. So your cash management, your debt management, your taxes, your investment planning, your retirement planning, your risk management, and your estate planning. And using all this together, this is where I come in, and we provide investment solutions that work with your plan to get you to the goal. And again, once this is done, it's a very in-depth procedure. You get a personalized report. It's going to have nice figures, and we're going to walk you through a thorough presentation. The program that we use to start is called My GPS. It's a live planning tool. So what we do is we gather information from our clients. We get to see where they're at. Like I said, we'll say this is your net worth today. This is what your net worth will be in 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Based on the sale of your business, this is what your cash flow is going to look like. Based on your investment structure today, this is what your cash flow will look like. And then we're able to do some live stress testing. So sometimes people will say, well, what if I sell my business for 6 million and not 10 million? What if it's much lower than I expected? We get to put that into place, and it gives you that peace of mind to say, okay, I'm still okay. We get to do fun scenarios. So just yesterday I had a client who said, can I buy a waterfront cottage in 10 years? We put it up, it took us 2 minutes, and she was more than fine still at life expectancy, which we typically do at 95. So it's a really powerful tool, and gets you to play with that simulation, gets your mind racing about where you are and what's my retirement going to look like. So our will and estate consultant, this is led by our in-house lawyers and accountants. They're going to take an in-depth look at if you have a will. Half of Canadians do not have a will. So first step is, do we have a will? For business owners, that is crucial. Most business owners should have at least 2 wills, one for their personal assets, one for their business assets. If you do have a will, we're going to take a look at updating it. Sometimes Canadians don't touch their wills for 10, 15 years. We're going to look at some suitability of trust structures. So business owners, they don't want to pass down an enormous amount of wealth to their children who are not ready yet to take that into account. So we'll set up some trust structures if that's feasible. We're going to take a look at naming executors. Some people don't want to be executors for their parents. Some parents don't want their kids or family to place that burden on. We're able to help with that. We'll help with doing powers of attorney both on your personal side and on the corporate side. And we're going to maximize the family's legacy and charitable gifts. So we have a very strong charitable gift program, and we're able to donate to any charity of your choice. Again, you're going to receive a detailed, in-depth report. You're able to take that away to your accountant and your lawyer. Your accountant and lawyer is going to be extremely happy because you've done quite a bit of legwork for them, and they're going to have to finalize everything. So our lawyers and accountants are not going to file your taxes for you. They're not going to notarize your wills. But they are going to give you that objective solutions for you. We've got our insurance consultation. So this is when we're going to take a look at the insurance. Most business owners need insurance in case, unforeseen circumstances. We like to ask many of our clients, what would happen to your business and your family if you were hit by a bus yesterday? That gets a lot of clients thinking. Clients sometimes are overinsured. We see that sometimes some clients have no insurance, and that's when they really start to worry because their family's not involved in the business at all. The continuity of the business is no longer feasible if the owner's not in place. So we'll take a review of the insurance you currently own and insurance you don't own, and we're going to do that, and we're going to put a plan in place as well for that to make sure that you're protected. And insurance is also important to boost your retirement income. It'll help enhance the estate in the situation of death. It'll protect your assets from probate taxes, and it can also help maximize your gift to charity. And one other thing I'd like to add is with the recent federal budget, with $1 being applied to the new capital gains tax, insurance policies are going to become more and more popular in the corporate setting. So whole life policies will allow our clients to extract money on a more tax-free basis. So it is going to be important for all of our business owner clients to do our insurance consultation. We do have another subgroup of clients. They typically are 20 to 25 million net worth clients who the previous 3 specialists, their solutions, while they're very strong, there are more complex situations out there. And this is where we can introduce them to our high net worth and business owner specialists. So there's a lot of categories where this applies, but the ones I like to point out the most are lack of creditor protection and clients who have US issues. So for example, they have a child in the US and they're part of the estate plan. maybe they have US real estate or even international real estate and US citizen family members, so we're able to sit down and start to plan that ahead. And again, the most important part is you need to do this as soon as you can. So back to what I was saying, which is step one, which was our in-depth consultation. What are we going to cover? So step one is, how do you own your business? We're going to talk about, if you haven't incorporated, should you incorporate? What are the benefits of incorporation? We're going to talk about your compensation planning. We're going to talk about benefits of a holding company. We'll review the structures of your opcos, your holdcos, how to structure that in the most tax efficient manner. We'll talk about the benefits of an estate freeze, trust planning, and income splitting strategies to maximize your after-tax income. The next question we're going to do is, do you know what your business is worth? So we're going to do buy-sell funding value. We're going to do multiple valuation approach. So we're going to look at assets if that applies to our business owners that, for example, do supply chain, or we're going to look at service businesses where we look at income to get the valuation. We're going to look at factors impacting the potential valuation of your business, how to maximize the estate freeze benefit, and dealing with future tax liabilities. Next, we're going to talk about, again, what happens if something unexpected happens. So business continuity planning, making sure your shareholder agreements take into account anything of that nature. What were to happen if I got sick? What were to happen in an accident? What were to happen if I died? Will my partner buy me out? Will management buy me out? A review and update of your wills, and again, tax planning for death. Step number 4 is, have you considered your exit options? So we'll sit down and talk about the timing of the transition. Like I mentioned, it's about 10 years is what we ultimately like to sit down with our clients and put the wheels in motion. We'll talk about, do you want to sell to a third party? Do you want to sell to your family or transfer to your family? Or do you want to transfer to the existing management staff, and tax strategies to make sure you're getting the most after-tax dollars. And lastly, we're going to talk about your retirement. What does your retirement look like? What do you envision? We're going to talk about how to create the most income after you've sold that business. We're going to talk about any vendor take-back proceeds, any capital gains reserves that are left after you've sold the corporation, your retirement projections, so those financial projections that I showed you, the diversification of retirement income through various investment vehicles, and group savings plans. So once that's all done, you get a roadmap, and the 3 pillars of it are you build, you protect, and then you give. After that, it all comes together, and this is our commitment to our business owner clients. This is what many business owner clients, so anybody here today who's a business owner or knows a business owner, it doesn't matter if your business is worth, $250,000 or $100 million. All of these points are great things to think about, and we promise to our clients to do the business owner planning, our wealth planning, tax planning, and family wealth advice. And lastly, we are able to provide a mid-market merger and acquisition team member to our clients who have businesses over $10 million. The advantages of this team is that they are able to produce a global bidder, so they're able to shop around the entire world to get the highest possible price for your business. So typically a lot of business owners will shop locally. We're able to shop on a global scale, and we'll talk about each 3 strategies that will get you the most for your money. So that's it for me for now, and welcoming any questions.